Food scientists back on the internet.
Did you miss us?
Woo-hoo. Hey,
Yeah.
everyone, we missed you.
We did miss everybody. I mean, Brian and
You
Amy
guys.
missed us more. We missed Amy.
I missed
But-
the two guys, and I missed our live chatters when they're here.
Yeah, absolutely.
But more Reese's,
I know.
M&Ms. Oh, my bag is
Sugar
open. I forgot
cookie
that I did that.
M&Ms. And sugar cookie kisses.
And Brian faced potential with apple
Yeah.
cider vinegar chips. That's a terrible idea.
Oh,
Plus, cookies. Amy once said she loved the maple cookies and couldn't find them, so now we're gonna FMK them.
I know. I was so excited to see those, and I did finally see them at least online via Instacart at my local grocery store.
Yeah, the dare, right? We have the lemon and the fudge and maple cookies and sugar cookie M&Ms. Oh gosh,
it's cookie day. It's National Cookie Day.
It is
as we
National Cookie
record
Day.
this, so
It is National Cookie
it
Day.
worked out.
so we have cookies and cookie flavored cookies, cookie flavored candies, chocolates.
Hey, Marin.
Hi, Marin.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited for
And
that.
Brian just gonna say Reese's. And
If
if
it's
while
peanut
we're
butter,
gone,
Brian's usually happy.
since
Mhm.
you're on YouTube, go back and find Brian and I eating these things.
Yeah, check their
Direct from the
YouTube
back.
exclusives they did while we were paused for a
Yeah.
minute.
Okay, you know what? We're not going to have time on the actual show because we have a lot of like news items to gloss over. But I found something. I'm just a little YouTube exclusive here. I found in Canada. I'm moving to Canada, folks, because they have peanut butter that is M&M chunks and Snickers chunks in it.
Wow.
And hey, Lily,
Huh.
yeah. So like, we're gonna be doing Zoom forever because I'm gonna be in Canada eating the peanut butter with the candy.
You know what? We'll probably be doing it together because if
Okay, we'll
there's
go.
one thing that defines me, it's that my love of Canada.
Oh yeah.
I-
Okay.
Like me in Canada, like,
Amy, are you in?
I
Yeah.
am.
All right.
I talk
Yeah.
about love in other ways, but really it's all for Canada.
I grew up half an hour from Canada. I went to Canada weekly.
Yeah.
All through
My
childhood.
my
early
college
adulthood.
years. My college years involved a lot of time in Windsor, but that's for a different podcast.
Yes.
Anyway.
Speaking
All
of podcast, should we pause?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I just want to say hi to Heather. We were just talking about we're gonna be your neighbors, Heather. So look out for
Yeah,
us.
we're all moving to Canada.
Yeah, and I missed you too, Heather, and everybody. I already said I missed all our live chatters, but didn't hear that. Okay.
Pause.
This is the Food Scientist Podcast. I'm your host, Amy Zajac. I am here with Brian Pierce
Hello, everyone.
and Danny Sussman.
Hello, is this a new Amy, like a new Becky, or is this the original Amy?
What does that mean, Danny? I don't get it.
I don't know. It's something I once read about in a history book.
Yeah.
You knew Becky.
It's the original Amy. We had to take an unplanned break as I was dealing with some family things, and then I got COVID.
Oh.
I'm fine now. I'm recovered.
Yeah, we're still staying. We're still far apart,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? We all live together, and we do this from different rooms because we've just had some drama. But like, we're not even opening the doors anymore.
It's
Yeah.
the real world food scientist edition.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
So I'm glad to be back. I've missed doing this. And with that, I guess we'll go through a rundown. We will have some news. Why did I pluralize that weirdly? And experiences.
You forgot how to do the podcast. Amy.
We all probably did. Oh no.
She hasn't talked since we last did this, and she doesn't know words.
Then we've got the new Reese's Big Cup pretzels. We've got some potential brine face with like apple cider potato chips, holiday candy, and some yummy looking cookies. You know, Danny and I love these maple leaf maple cookies. There's some additions to that we're gonna
Canadian
try out.
cookies for our future life in Canada.
Yeah. And hey, for those of you who have not heard anything from us, our listeners here, make sure you check out our YouTube channel because Danny and I did drop a few special things there. So
Definitely.
yeah. And as we said there, we're pretty sure that Amy actually wasn't in jail. So let's just stop with those rumors, okay?
Stop. Yeah. Oh gosh,
Right.
the number of people that said, "Is she back in jail?" And we're like, "No,
I mean, the
no,
only
she's
thing we know
not back
is,
in jail."
yeah, she did get her mail-in vote done before all
Yeah. Like,
convictions or whatever. I don't know.
yeah, she's not a felon. Not a felon. I don't know.
That we know of. So stop.
I will say I pulled a Danny and I haven't watched the videos yet, but I will. In my defense is my computer broke. I accidentally dropped it and the screen didn't work anymore because it kind of came apart.
Oh.
And I'm using a backup now. I found a backup to work. But so that's my defense. Well, first being sick. Then my
well, you know what, Amy? I don't think you should be talking about your defense especially when it's that shoddy when there's all the rumors that you were in jail. Just saying. Let's get to the news.
Yes, time for the news.
Dropped my computer.
Hey, when you're in jail, there are worse things to drop. Just saying.
That's true.
So, okay, we gotta say it is a new month now, and Dairy Queen does have a new blizzard of the month. It is the peppermint hot cocoa. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, that is what it is.
Yes.
I noticed that it's not hot chocolate, it's hot cocoa,
Yeah,
probably
hot cocoa.
because there's no chocolate involved.
They had something very similar last year, if not the exact same thing, and it really did taste like cocoa. So I'm sure it does this year. I don't really care for the candy cane chunks on top. That's me. But if you like that,
I'm not so much into peppermint either, so I haven't had it.
You know what's great about that? This week we have the sugar cookie M&Ms and the sugar cookie Hershey Kisses. Next week, I believe we will have the peppermint M&Ms and the candy cane Hershey Kisses.
Yep. So
get ready, kids.
It's one of those things that I don't dislike it, but I don't really need mint in things. It's fine. Mints are fine. And after dinner mint, bring it on. Toothpaste, fine. I don't mind that.
You don't need mint, but we need you to have mint. Whew.
Ooh.
I prefer spearmint to peppermint.
Yeah, mint is mint.
I like mint. It's fine.
Other news this week, that just to go to more topical things, there's a new Oreo coming out that was a really weird promotion. I don't know what you two thought about it. But there's a new Lady Gaga Oreo. They taste like Lady Gaga. I don't know.
You know what? I love Lady Gaga.
I know you do.
I had my Gaga Palooza trip to Las Vegas where I saw Enigma and Jazz the Piano back-to-back nights. And the only thing that would have made that better was if I had also had Oreos.
But
if I had the Gaga Oreos with that overload, 2 nights of Gaga back-to-back. I was like, thanks, Gaga. That was great. You want to do this again tomorrow? And she's like, yeah, but how about totally differently? And I was like, yeah, mix things up. And we did.
I mean, really, it's just Oreos with different colored cream and little messages on them. So it's nice, but I don't.
But did you know Oreo? You can make your own Gaga version because Oreo has a new thing called Oreo ID where you can choose the color of your cream and enrobe them and
I wish though you could get more creative. Like say give me, I don't know, the Pop Rocks filling.
I don't know if I would need that, but I mean it's that whole thing. I looked at that and nothing appealed to me on the making your own Oreos. I'll just buy them in stores.
I mean, I think that it was interesting in that you can get your own colors, but they're not going to taste different. They're just going to look cool.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I will say this: my father's in the chat. He has M&Ms with his own face on them.
Oh,
because you can get custom printed M&Ms.
Other M&Ms with other people's faces.
Yeah.
So if you go, shout out to Jasmine. She's asking for a shout out. So thank you for being here. There was even more Oreo news that I think this surprised me. Maybe it shouldn't have, but there are going to be gluten-free Oreos coming out.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. So I'm sure we will have them when they come out, but I'm really curious how similar they will taste or how different they will taste from a regular Oreo.
I wonder if, you know what I would love to try is the original Oreo, the gluten-free Oreo, and the reduced fat Oreo to see it'll be like an Oreo inclusivity. We'll have Oreos for everyone.
Very true. Usually, I'm all about caring about others, but when it comes to Oreos, I'm kind of just looking out for number one right here. That's one of the very few ways I'm like that. But, I guess I'm glad that there are gluten-free ones coming too for folks. I mean, gluten-free people already can have Reese's, so what more do you really need?
That is true. Although they can't have the first Reese's we're going to have today. I don't think these with pretzels in them are gluten-free.
Probably not.
Oh, actually, you know what's interesting? The Reese's Big Cups with pretzels, they say right on them, gluten-free.
Really? Even with the pretzel?
I'm telling you what it says.
All right.
Right on the back of that package. Right? There's no sleight of hand here. Pretzels on the front, gluten-free on the back. I mean, I wish I could do magic. I will magically make them disappear later. But that's about all my magic. So I have news too.
Okay, go for it.
Did you see the new KitKat coming out?
Oh, which one?
The KitKat Thins.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yes, they announced them today. They're coming out in March. I don't really understand this new Thins kick that everyone has a thin version. But yes, there's a thin KitKat. So it's going to come in a bag like some of the others. But, like some of the other things, like the bag of Thins, like the Reese's Thins. And it's going to have 2 wafers inside instead of 3.
So to me, that's just less KitKat. That's less candy bar.
Well, it's
But
less
it's going to be the same width.
Chocolate to wafer ratio will be different.
The chocolate to wafer ratio will be different because the Japanese Kit Kats, they're pretty small and they just got smaller, but they still have like the same ratio, just in a smaller size. This is going to mess with the ratio by removing a layer.
Yeah, that will be interesting to see how big of a difference that makes, because the Reese's Thins, it changed it, but the ratio wasn't extremely off.
You know what? It made me wonder why. Like, is it to seem healthier?
To be cheaper.
To be snackier, right? Like Oreos Thins, like all of a sudden you're like, oh, this is like eating a potato chip, but Oreo?
Well, definitely healthier, because even if it's not, because it has thins in it, people are going to think it's diet.
Right.
Like Thin Mints.
Right, yeah.
You eat stuff with thin in the title and you get thin.
So do you eat Thin Mints, Brian?
Usually not.
Yeah, because it's a diet food.
Well, I mean, it's a double whammy there. Diet food and mint.
Right. So.
Okay, I have news. I came back with news and experiences because I often don't have them.
Who are you?
You had enough time. Maybe this is the new Becky.
Pringles is getting a facelift. They're redesigning the Pringles guy. He's a little more streamlined and simplified. And I don't know if I love it, but I guess they wanted to update it. It hasn't been updated for 20 years.
It doesn't have a name. It's a fancy name, right?
It's, I looked it up. It is Julius Pringle.
Oh, okay. No, that's not as fancy as I was thinking.
Julius Pringle. And you know what? When I looked on the internet, what they said is the most defining characteristic of Julius Pringle is that he has a mustache but no mouth.
Oh, you would think Snack would have a mouth.
Yeah. He has never had a mouth. In every iteration of him, no mouth.
See, I was thinking his name was something fancy like Worthington Pennyfeather or something like that. But Julius, that's okay.
Julius.
Yeah. Okay, that works too.
They do have a contest. Yeah, going with this. You can win $1,500 as well as some Pringles products if you tweet your favorite Pringle flavor with the hashtag fresh as Mr. P entry. Gosh, that's a heck of a hashtag.
Amy lost her eyesight.
Well, I was making sure I was reading it correctly, but yeah.
Gotcha.
I don't know what mine would be, but anyway.
Yeah. I just have a couple. I'm just gonna whip through some news here that's been piling up over the last month because there's some exciting things coming. We have brownie Snickers. So Snickers were instead of nougat, there's
Mhm.
brownie.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. There's going to be
Not healthy.
no. There's going to be Sunday Hostess cupcakes. So like Sunday flavor. I don't know how.
Like ice cream sundae or just like the day of rest?
Like ice cream sundae without the ice cream.
Okay.
But you can rest while you're eating them. Like,
Okay.
yeah. Okay, then Ruffles is coming out with chili cheese Ruffles. Lay's is coming out with salted caramel potato chips.
Yeah, I saw those. Those are Kroger exclusive, so we're not going to see them here. That made me sad.
When are they coming out?
They're out now. They're a holiday chip.
Well, I'll look. I'll be back in Michigan.
Oh, there you go. In honor of the upcoming Super Bowl, Lay's is coming out with game day chili chips.
Ooh.
Sure.
We just had we had that from Hers, didn't we? They had the game day, right? We had the tacos.
Yeah, it wasn't chili, but it was game day something or other. Pepsi is coming out with a new flavor that really surprises me. It's apple pie Pepsi.
Huh.
Oh,
I don't know how that's different from apple, but apple pie.
I just saw that
Pressed
Sprite.
flavor?
Sprite has like a ginger Sprite out, and
That
it's
sounds
like a
good.
holiday. What?
That sounds good, like a ginger ale.
Yeah, and then they also have winter spiced cranberry Sprite.
Okay, yeah, yep, that's
Okay.
a seasonal thing. That's around usually every
Yeah.
time
Yeah.
this year.
Hmm.
And then I have some Valentine's Day news that I will save for next week because we have time to talk about.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shall we move on then to experiences?
Yes.
I guess I can go. I don't know how exciting mine is, but I was just so happy to have an experience. So today, it's a little bit rambling. I'll try and talk quickly. I decided to go back to Raising Cane's. If you don't remember.
Oh yeah, that was. I remember the drama, right? You waited in the line around the building,
right?
and you triggered me because of
and I
my
would-
father and what he did to me.
Yes. And I went back like twice within a week after that because it was
Right.
so good. I just went at off times where it was
It's good chicken.
on the line.
Mhm.
Well, I thought I was going to hit it at an off time today. Boy, was I wrong. It was wrapped around twice. And I didn't have time to wait. I had to get back for a meeting at work. So I went to Wendy's, and my Wendy's order isn't exciting as chicken sandwich combo. But they
Did you
upsold
see
me.
my Wendy's YouTube exclusive? I did a video at Wendy's.
I know you did, and I did see that one.
Oh,
Did you try it?
I have not done that.
Oh, Amy. So what did
But
you
it's
try?
I'm moving on. I'm trying to talk quickly. It's National Cookie Day. And so they asked if I wanted a cookie. Wendy says cookies. I don't go that often, so I didn't know. I got their chocolate chip cookie, and I gotta say, I was very impressed with their cookie. It was so good. I wish I had known. I would have just gotten 2 cookies and a Frosty or something instead of the.
Oh no, Amy, you got their Sunday, their cookie.
Yeah, they're
Sunday is what
cookie
they call it.
Sunday. Yeah, it's like a Frosty or a Sunday with chopped up cookies in it.
And your deli chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds wonderful.
I think even I've had that one.
I think you have. I just
Yeah.
don't go to fast food that often, so
I don't
just
either.
forget.
Oh, but I
Except
did
for
too
you.
this week.
But Brian does.
Oh my goodness. I don't a ton, but I did this week. And Danny, you're not going to be excited about this. I'm excited enough for both of us. I got something that was so good. So unexpectedly good.
If you tell me McRib, I'm quitting the podcast.
I'm going to try the McRib for the first time next week because
Okay.
we have it. We should actually say McDonald's has released the McRib nationwide. It usually has been limited markets. We have not had access to it. So I've never had one. But yeah, next week I will have one.
I was ready to quit the podcast if you told me you were in love with the McRib.
No, Danny wouldn't let me get one this week. Yeah. Hashtag blame Danny. Okay, but I got the toasted cheddar chalupa from Taco Bell, and oh my goodness, I loved it so much. It was so good.
I got the
What is
grilled
on that?
cheese burrito. You just
How is that-
reminded me. I went to Taco Bell too. I got the grilled cheese burrito. That's new
So-
as well.
Really, Danny, it's just it's lettuce and tomato and sour cream and beef on a, like the chalupa, like the pita or whatever you want to call it. But they have, it's fried or grilled with cheddar on the outside, and oh, so good.
Do you want to know? I've been doing like all different stupid cooking projects.
Mhm.
I did make some amazing cookies. I found like the New York Times had a like best cookie ever recipe, and then one of our local Twin Cities food reporters said, "Oh, this is actually here's a couple things you could do to make this recipe even better." But one of the steps in that recipe is to make the balls of cookie dough and refrigerate them. And then there's a note at the bottom of the recipe that says these cookies will store like, 3 days in the refrigerator or 2 weeks in the freezer. And I was like, I can make this cookie dough, form it into balls, and freeze it. And so I have in my freezer now these frozen balls of amazing cookie dough that go right into the toaster oven. And so I have like these fancy cookies with like dark chocolate chopped up and espresso powder. They're amazing. And I have them in my freezer. But it also got me thinking, boy, I love cookie dough. And so I found a recipe for the edible cookie dough, right? We've talked about this.
Yeah,
like,
you don't like edible cookie dough.
but I was like, I want this stuff, but I don't really know because it's got like all this other stuff in it. So I made some because I researched like what do they take out to make it into the edible cookie dough balls. And it's not just like it's the baking soda, the baking powder, and the egg. All of those come out.
Yep.
And then you have to heat the flour because there's like a very slight chance that raw, uncooked flour can get you sick.
I did not know that. We're
But you throw it in the
educational.
microwave. But that's not even my real experience because me, I do love the rotting meat bin at the store. And you're putting that on sale? I'm in. I was
Only slightly expired, but 10% off? Yeah.
it's not quite expired, but like maybe will be soon. So it's still good, but like eat it now. But I was in a Costco and they had the whole boneless pork loin. So it's like this 7-pound long thing of, right? It's like the whole thing. It is probably about 2 feet long. It weighs 7 to 8 pounds. And they had a thing that was $8 off all of the boneless pork loins. The whole thing only costs $11. So I got this 7-pound pork loin for $3.
Oh, that's a good. And it only might give you like
It's still like in like it's in like the original wrap from like the food processing plant. It actually had a long time. Like it's like use by date was still like a week out because it's vacuum sealed from the meatpacking plant. But now I had this conundrum because I have a 7-pound long tube of boneless pork roast. What do I do with it? So
you have a week to eat it.
Yeah. Well, this is what I did. I actually I cut it into pieces, right? I Googled what do you do with a 7-pound pork loin. And so there's some sections of it that make really good pork chops. So I cut some of it into chops, which I vacuum sealed and froze. But then I made like 2 giant roasts out of it that I am currently, because old, like the semi-expired meat's not scary enough. I am packing it in nitrates and preserving it to make Canadian bacon. And so it's currently curing in like Prague powder, which is like the pink curing salt. And then I'll smoke it into Canadian bacon and have like probably a lifetime supply of Canadian bacon.
Well, that's perfect because we were talking on YouTube before the show here that we're going to move to Canada for their peanut butter. So that works.
And I will know how to make their bacon from expired meat. There's a lot of warnings about using nitrates, like don't eat this stuff, too much of it because it'll kill you. Like you have to know what you're doing with that, and then you smoke it. And so, I mean, it should preserve the meat. And it should like store well. And it came from it was a few bucks.
Have you considered using radiation to help at all?
I've seen enough movies to know that might not be a good idea.
Or it might turn you into a superhero.
It could.
Just saying.
I mean, here's the thing. I mean, It's like 50-50 that eating this Canadian bacon is going to give me superpowers.
Yeah.
Or super immunity.
Yeah. You never know unless you try.
Right.
Should we eat food this week?
Cups?
Yeah, let's eat food.
Yeah, because
before like my whole family that is watching is terrified for my life.
We have what could be amazing. We have the Reese's Big Cup with pretzels added.
And this was controversial when it came out because somebody leaked picture, right? Reese's was tweeting all about their new salty treat. And my theory is that a blogger guessed wrong and guessed potato chips, but the internet went crazy about how great that would be. And so they announced these and then put a footnote in and said, yeah, we'll do the potato chips at some point.
And notice it doesn't stick to the bottom.
It doesn't stick to the bottom, but it also does not have the oily coating that the Freshies did.
Oh, I still want to play Is It Bite Size with these, but I won't. I'll savor it a little bit.
It is the big cup, which is lovely.
Oh, there's a lot of pretzel in that. So I'm trying to decide, does the pretzel make up for the less peanut butter? I don't know if it does. For me.
It might be too salty for me.
Do you taste the pretzel? I get the texture of it, but not the flavor. To me, it still tastes like a peanut butter cup, but it's one that's crunchy with a little more salt at the end.
I mean, they could put little teeny tiny, salt cubes in there to be the same thing, because I'm just tasting the salt, not the pretzel.
That's what I was going to say. It seems to just be like big salt crystals. I'm not getting pretzel.
I like it, but I don't think I would want it in place of a peanut butter cup, classic one.
Agreed.
I'm doing a little archaeology here. I'm trying to excavate one of the pretzels to see what it looks like.
But don't get me wrong. I'm still very happy right now with this.
It's like they bought pieces of broken pretzel and put them in there.
Wow.
You know what happened? Someone was probably like snacking on pretzels and some fell in. They're like, well, let's just sell it.
You know what I bet it is? If you go back to our YouTube channel, I had the Frosty at Wendy's with the strawberry sauce because one of our listeners, worked at Wendy's, and in the back they would experiment. And one of the things they would do is take the strawberry puree from the strawberry lemonade and put it on the Frosty to get like a chocolate strawberry Frosty. I bet this was the same thing. Somebody in the factory was experimenting. Someone in marketing heard about it. They're like, let's sell it. If you like these, get them now. They'll be gone in a year.
As limited edition items, they're great. If they're only out for a little bit, go ahead, go out, try it. It's worth trying. I don't know if
they're not limited edition, but I suspect that market forces will limit it.
Yeah, I agree with that. So I don't think that's going to be around a super long time. Not to say that's a bad product.
You know what is a limited edition? Apple cider vinegar potato chips.
That's too many words. Apple cider vinegar potato chips.
Now, apple cider vinegar is it's healthy, right? There's people who get like the natural stuff and will drink it for their health. And
okay,
And I do like some salt and vinegar potato chips. This is a sweeter vinegar, I'm expecting.
So is this going to be like the salted caramel potatoes? Or is this going to be a sweet potato chip? Is this going to be a sour potato chip?
I think the vinegar is going to come through. Now, you all think you know me. You don't know me. Because I follow some like nutrition and health blogs as well. And speaking
Which
of
ones? Name one. Name one.
They're not paying me, so I'm not gonna.
Because you're lying. You don't follow anything.
No. There was one recently that had.
Oh God, you do.
The 10 unhealthiest foods in the United States, and one of them was the Royal Reese's Blizzard.
Oh, they should talk to us. They don't even know how unhealthy they can get.
Exactly. That's my thought. They're like, they don't listen to us because we've had way worse than that.
Yeah. like you're talking about the one with marshmallow. You should try putting fudge in that sucker.
Okay, but I may or may not be stalling here.
They don't smell like much to me.
Hopefully they don't taste like much. Oh, that's nasty. It's apples and vinegar.
Huh.
Oh,
Not as strong as other vinegar chips, I don't
not
think.
as strong, but strong enough. Oh, Danny, what do you think?
I can't figure them out. Like, yeah, they're a little vinegary. I would have liked more apple. Like, I want them to be apple cinnamon, but instead they're apple vinegar.
Apple cinnamon could be good. These, I'm just gonna make sure that the Reese's wasn't throwing anything off.
It's making my brains feel very weird.
I feel like, I was cleaning and then I accidentally licked my finger.
I feel like this is a really good reminder that I didn't eat before we recorded, and I'm just hungry because I didn't have much of a lunch today because I'm eating these just like, and I don't feel good about any bite.
Oh,
I'm kind of hungry. Under normal circumstances, these would already be burning.
how can anyone like vinegar flavored things? Like that, legit question. Like how is that a thing?
You like pickles?
Their chips are very variable. You got to get that balance right. Some of them like punch you in the face, and some of them.
There's people that like that too. That like being punched in the face.
Yeah, I like some vinegar and salt chips. I don't love these. They're okay. If they're in front of me, I'll nibble, but.
Yeah, no, some people are into getting punched.
They are great taste naturally. So I call these the healthy chips.
Nothing natural about those. Moving on though.
Yep, moving on to sugar.
Speaking of not natural, we have sugar cookie Hershey Kisses and sugar cookie M&Ms.
Which one are we starting with? The Kisses?
Yeah, let's
Sure.
start with the kisses.
Yeah, all right. Sugar cookie Kisses. I'm worried that this is going to be just white chocolate.
I'm very curious about this. And we're going to decide with these which one is the evil twin because they're both sugar cookie flavored.
Mm-hmm.
One of them's a good twin.
Like sprinkles in it or something.
Yeah, like the frosted sugar cookies, right? The top is intact. That was a big thing last year. The broken tips.
Okay, it's definitely white chocolate, but it does taste like sugar cookie chunks in it.
Yep, I do get cookie taste.
That's
Yeah.
unique. That's very
That does
unique.
taste like, this tastes like those sugar cookies that I rolled out and frosted, and it almost tastes like a cookie dough.
No, it
Not
tastes-
chocolate chip cookie dough.
No, it tastes like when you have you're making cookies and like just a little bit breaks off, but you still have frosting. So you just like take a hearty dunk and put it in there, and there's like way more frosting.
You know what else, Brian?
Hmm.
If I said to you, these are birthday cake flavored, would you say, no, they're not? These are sugar cookie. Would you say, oh yeah, that's birthday cake flavored?
Ooh.
Because it's mostly the frosting.
Shall we
If
try
you
the
ask-
M&Ms?
If you ask me, are they birthday cake or sugar cookie? I would definitely say sugar cookie.
But if
But-
I told you they were
Yeah.
birthday cake, would you
Mm.
dispute it?
I probably wouldn't. I would be like, well, that's not really much of a birthday cake, but I don't think I would be like, no, that's not. I get
Right? Yeah, they're similar. They're similar.
yeah.
If you like birthday cake and you like cookies, you would like these. These are
All
birthday
right.
cookies.
I'm really curious about the sugar cookie M&Ms.
If it's going to live up to the picture here.
Also white chocolate, which we don't get a lot of with M&Ms.
But yeah, technically these are white chocolate sugar cookie M&Ms.
I'm getting less flavor. Oh no, there it is. I'm getting a sugar cookie flavor.
Yeah, it has like a little cookie core and a wrapper of white chocolate around it.
They're the texture of the crispy M&Ms.
Yes, but the flavor of of white chocolate and sugar cookie.
I like them. I don't know if they really exude sugar cookie. I mean, I get a little of it, but I like them. It's sugar.
They would be better in a mix of M&Ms.
Yes, this absolutely is. This goes in a mix. If you put a bowl out of these, people are going to be like, I appreciate their festive colors. They're green and red and white. They're like, but what the heck did you do to my M&Ms?
Mm-hmm.
They're not quite the Skittles in the M&M bowl, but
No, not even close to that.
No, they're tasty. They're just white chocolate crunchy things.
which one's the evil twin?
But yeah, that's that. If you noticed, I had a quizzical look on my face.
I did. That's why I asked you.
Yeah. So my thought is, when I eat an M&M, I expect chocolate. So the fact that there's no chocolate here is a mark against it. But that same argument can be applied to the Hershey Kisses too. Okay, this is my vote. I'm going to say that M&Ms are the evil twin. Because if you gave me any white chocolate Hershey Kiss, I would be slightly offended. Except for these, I would be okay. I might not say thank you, but I wouldn't be mad.
Amy?
Now, for me, I'm voting based on what tastes more like sugar cookie. It actually leads to the same results. The M&Ms have a hint of sugar cookie in them, but they're mostly like white chocolate crunchy, crispy M&Ms, whatever you call them, crispy. And like I said, I'd eat them, put them in a bowl in front of me. I'm going to be reaching over and taking a few here and there. So they're not bad, but they're not so sugar cookie. And the Kisses really did elude the sugar cookie taste. The cookie taste, the sugar taste, and the frosting taste all together.
You guys are so intellectual.
We are scientists here.
Yeah, I know.
We're an educational program.
I did a really simple experiment. I'll be like you. I had a very simple question that I investigated, and that question is, which one tastes better? And that's the Hershey Kiss by a country mile. So the rest of it didn't matter. Like the M&M is the evil twin because it just doesn't taste as good.
Wow, we have been away for a month, haven't we?
Yeah, like really, that was a lot of words for both of you. At the end of the day, it comes down to this: one of them tastes good and one of them doesn't.
You know what else? We all agree on which is the
We did, yeah.
Because only one of them tastes good.
No, that's not true. That's not true. One of them
which one?
tastes better than it should. So there you go. If you're deciding between the Kisses and the M&Ms, go with the sugar cookie Kisses.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? As we talked about earlier, that we're recording this on National Cookie Day.
We are.
And we have cookies.
And
we have Danny's and my favorite maple cream cookies. But Danny, talk about these other ones, or Brian, either one.
We have, I didn't label them, but I'm hoping Brian can figure it out because the maple ones are shaped like a maple leaf. The lemon ones are shaped like a circle with yellow frosting.
Pinwheel.
And the cocoa ones are chocolate colored.
Oh, okay. So
Fudge. Yeah, these are fudge. Sorry. And these have a hole in them. Also, they are appropriately labeled. Dare. They do put their name.
Yep.
Only on the fudge one. Maybe on the maple too.
No,
it's on the maple. Yeah, the maple leaf ones. So sorry, Brian. We have sandwich cookies with cream, and none of them are Oreo, but they're all Canadian.
Yeah, maple. I don't know. Well, I don't think I've had these. I don't think I've ever cared to.
I love those. Oh my god! You go to the Canadian consulate; they just have cases of these.
I'm not going to go to the Canadian consulate with you. Okay, I love maple syrup, but I don't get it in a cookie. Like, why do you want to put maple syrup on a cookie?
Is there any place where you don't want to put maple syrup? No, maple syrup makes everything better.
In fact, I read maple syrup.
You know what? I have a few regrets in this life. I do have things I would do slightly differently. Another video that we did in our hiatus is I wrapped some Oreos and Nutter Butters in bacon and smoked them. And in retrospect, I really wish I had put a maple glaze on my bacon wrapped Nutter Butters.
I mean, maybe with the bacon that would be okay. But I mean, Danny, you're saying you want to put maple on everything. So am I doing a podcast with Elf here where you're going to put it on spaghetti?
Sure. Maybe. Yeah.
I
Will
mean,
Hutchins in the chat. Will in the chat. Maple leaf cookies are his absolute favorite. Look, we're not. Amy and I are not even trying the others. We're just savoring our maple leaf cookies.
I don't say this too often. It's too sweet. So,
well,
anyway,
I would save the rest of your thoughts on these until after you
all right.
get Canadian citizenship.
Shall we go with lemon so we can end on something you're probably gonna
Yeah,
like
let's
better?
Oh, that's a good
No.
idea. I was go to lemon.
No, these smell lemony.
These have a little lemon thing.
Oh
playing
man, that's
peekaboo.
lemony.
No, wait.
Mm.
That's
Are
like
you-
lemon pledge.
Okay, examine your holes. Because on
Yep,
one
I have the same on the
side-
bottom.
On one side, my hole is very clean,
Mm-hmm.
and the other side, not so much.
Yep.
The other side, you have cream. One of your
Okay.
holes is filled.
Oh, okay. So that's supposed to be that way.
Mhm.
That's odd. Okay. That's a lemon.
Mm.
It smells like lemon pledge, but it tastes better.
I don't love lemon cookies, but this is one of the least objectionable lemon cookies I've had.
It doesn't taste quite like lemon pledge. It's not
It's
as-
very sweet.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it doesn't have the tanginess or tartness of lemon, but
It's closer to lemonade. They made lemonade out of these lemon
Yeah.
cookies.
yeah.
And the shortbread cookie that makes the sandwich part is good too.
Yeah,
Hmm.
fudge. We have a hole filled with fudge on these.
Yeah, and then on the other side, on the cocoa ones or the fudge ones, we have dare. Then we have
Right.
the cream
Dare to
bowl.
fill your hole with fudge.
Yep. So these ones should be pretty good.
Mm.
Mm.
You know, I'm going to say the texture of the cookies is very nice on these. It's a very
One
soft
thing,
cookie.
yeah,
But
these are very thick cookies.
soft for a hard cookie. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
These
The other
are
thing
good.
about them is that they are a really hearty cookie. If you look at how thick the cookie itself is compared to, say, an Oreo,
Mm-hmm.
these are much more cookie centric. There's a lot of cream in them, but there's also a lot of cookie in them.
But they're not like super hard and hurting your teeth, even though they're thicker. They're tasty.
I really like these fudge ones. Now I have to ask myself a really important question. Do I love the fudge enough to marry it?
Oh, are you proposing that since there are three of them, we play a game of, let's say, FMK, Frolic with Mary Kill?
Mhm.
I believe that we have done that in the past.
Okay, yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, we do something a little different when we have three of something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so maple lemon fudge. I might need a second.
Oh, I'm going to need a second, but that's because I'm really enjoying these. Not to think about it.
Okay, I was gonna say, I'm still chewing, but I can try to go.
I'll go. I'm killing the lemon. It was actually pretty good for lemon. But at the end of the day, it's lemon. And if for nothing else, I want to be consistent in my views. And that is lemon must die. So sorry. As lemon goes, if pitted up against two other lemon cream cookies, then
It would probably
it
live.
would probably be married. But it's not. It's up against maple and fudge. And that is a one-way ticket 6 feet into the ground. So, bye, Felicia. Now, maple and fudge. I've long professed my love for maple. But boy, that fudge was so good. I had a taste of that and I was like, it made me question my relationship with maple. But then I realized something. There's no shortage of chocolate cookies
Mhm.
with chocolate filling. I could get that anytime I want, anywhere I want. I don't need Canadian cookies for that. It's really good, but it's also readily available. So that's a frolic, right?
Yep.
That is your classic frolic. I could have this anytime I wanted. I don't need to lock it down because even if these don't work, I could get chocolate Oreos. And if chocolate Oreos are not available, I could get dark chocolate Oreos. If that's not available, there's like 17 other knockoff brands that will work. And frankly, even a regular Oreo is not that different. So you're a frolic, even though you're delicious. You would again win up against the other chocolates but you're not. You're up against maple. Oh, sweet maple. I've loved it a long time. I will love it forever. We're staying married. Maybe we just have to find like a way to open it up for the fudge every now and then. But that's between us, right? As long as it's consensual, it's fine.
Yeah, the fudge is just always around the corner. That's where it's made right there. That's
pretty much it. I mean, like, you don't want to.
You got the
like
lemonade.
one day,
just need some milk.
Yeah, if I make a wrong turn and end up with the fudge, that's the thing that happens.
Danny, I'm going to agree with you where I am going to kill the lemon because it's kind of a no-brainer that one, I don't hate it. It doesn't bring me happiness. It doesn't bring me joy at all. It's just kind of out there. And in my world, I don't need it. So bye.
Toodles.
Yep. I was exactly with you on the fudge. My first thought was, well, I'm obviously going to marry this. But then, yeah, exactly. If I think about an Oreo, I'm just going to want an Oreo instead. Yeah. So it's just, it's going to make me long for something else. That's not fair. That's not a good marriage.
I mean, it's like on paper, it might even be better than Oreo, but you're still going to have to answer the question, have you left an Oreo for this?
Yeah, right. It's like if they brought some sort of new Becky and you still want the old Becky. Does that make sense with your analogy?
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh. It's the same Amy. She's not in jail and not been replaced with a different Amy.
But yeah, so the fudge, that is a frolic right there because there's still some good times we had. Just, maybe not, compared to the in the world. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to have to marry the maple.
After all your trash talk about it,
Wow.
Wait. Now, my trash talk was that it was too sweet. Now, is too sweet really a bad thing? Ultimately, no. It's going to annoy me a little bit.
So like, here's what's going to happen, Brian. Maple is going to listen to this episode,
mm-hmm.
and this relationship is going to start out in counseling. This is not a marriage. Yeah, this is not a marriage that is getting off on the right foot.
No, well, sometimes there's the impenetrable wall of nice where you don't really get to know someone because they're just like they're not real. It's always like, oh, everything's great, everything's wonderful. Like, nothing ever bothers me, nothing is wrong. It's like, well, no, talk about your feelings. And I think that's where the problem is. It's not me, it's you.
So I want to know about this impenetrable wall of nice.
Yeah, have you ever felt like you've never gotten to know someone because they were...
You mean like if you've known someone for like a decade but never been to their home?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking.
No, like how...
And like nobody you know has ever been to their home? Like would that be the impenetrable wall of nice?
No, like have you ever known
Okay, so that person is actually nice. That's not a fake nice.
Yeah, no, like they always seem to put on a show. They put on airs. And it's like, how are you? I'm great. Never been better.
Right. And then you're like, hey, let's hang out. Do you want to ride home? And they're like, nope, I'm going to walk.
Not even necessarily that, but you don't get to know the person because they're not really sharing their whole
They just go to the buffet with you and that's it.
Maybe. But yeah, that's my thought though. This is too sweet. I'm not getting to know the real you. It's just,
So you're married, but you've never been to its house.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. As you two have rambled on and on and on, I have changed my mind about 20, 30 times. I have no idea
we
what
could tell you were
now.
thinking. We could tell you were deep in thought. We were filling time so that you could get to the bottom of this.
I was very sure in my choices. And then
Which one tastes more like sugar
can't I
cookies?
Just marry them all or frolic with them all?
I mean, you could.
I want to marry them all. Can I have a poly relationship here?
Nope.
Not on this game.
And then I'm like, do I really want to agree with these guys? I mean, have I been gone so long that I'm going to agree with them? But honestly, I think I am. As much as I like lemon, there's lots of, like you said with the fudge and the Oreos, there's lots of lemon desserts out there. Lots of lemon cookies I love. And it does smell like lemon pledge, so I think I have to kill the lemon.
But they all do. They all smell like lemon pledge. If I had $1 every time we opened up a lemon flavored thing, and I was like, Ooh, who cleaned the floors? They can be rich.
Bortman lemon wafer cookies. Yum. Anyway, and we know I already love the maple.
Yeah.
I love maple sugar candy. And even though it's super sweet, I can eat a whole piece of maple sugar candy.
I was not scarred as a child by people trying to push their maple sugar candy at me. I was scarred as a child because every time someone pushed their maple sugar candy at me, they slapped my hand for eating all of it.
Yeah. Yeah. I used to eat too much as a kid of lots of things.
It melts just melts in your mouth. Oh, so good. So are you agreeing with us?
Teeth, but it's worth it.
So did we get your answer, Amy?
I don't think we got the full answer.
You're killing lemon and then it fell apart.
Out.
Then she quit. Did you agree with us or not?
I did.
Okay. So you're frolicking with the fudge and you're marrying the maple.
I'm marrying the maple because it's maple.
Yeah. The maple
and
leaf
I do
cookies.
like these.
Yeah.
Fudge. Okay.
They're really good. I love the quality of the cookie, not just the cream, which is why they didn't. The lemon has that too. See, this is us going back and forth, but I'll just agree with you again. I mean, we agree on the evil twin and we agree on these. I don't know what the world is coming.
This is a first that we've all agreed on both. I mean, we haven't been doing the twins game, but yeah, it's a rarity.
I mean, even just agreeing on the evil twin, like I think that's the first of its own.
Yeah.
This is like, I don't know, the stars are aligned or something.
Crazy world. Ooh, I think we should quit right now before the world explodes. Thank you for listening, everybody.
We do have more holiday themed treats next week that you'll want to make sure you're staying tuned for.
And more terrifying potato chips.
Oh dear.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. We do. We really do.
So hit subscribe, notifications on YouTube, podcasts. We'll be back in your ears soon. Yeah.
We'll see you next
week.
Bye,
everyone.
Thanks for listening and watching.
I had to do that to you, Brian. YouTube doesn't understand what I did to Brian, maybe.
Oh, it's fine.
Amy understood what I did to Brian.
They don't know what I did to you either with the Becky thing.
That's true. That's true.
We'll just it's not good enough to explain, but thank you for being here with us, YouTube, this week. We are going to be around. Okay, so it's business as usual for the next couple of weeks, then possibly.
Who knows what's going to happen
around the holidays again here, end of the year. Don't be concerned if we're gone.
It just means we had too much eggnog.
Yes,
we soaked everything in booze. Like we're like, oh, fruitcake, that's gross. Not if you just covered in alcohol. You're like, what is this stuff? So just add alcohol, and then next thing you're like, do the podcast. You're like, what's the podcast?
And none of us will definitely be in jail. Not at all.
Not Amy. Not Amy.
Nope. Nope.
Just stop.
She has immunity now. She has immunity now.
She was pardoned. Okay, I think on that note with YouTube, I think that.
Thanks for chatting, everybody. We loved having everyone chatting along with us. Bye, everybody. Oh, as soon as you said like the wall.